My name is Kevin, and I'm here with my friend Jess from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So we've been off for the last few, and we're back and wanting to talk. Today we're going to talk a little bit more casual about just life, but one of the things we're going to first talk about is travel. I know a lot of people want to start getting into it, and Jess has actually got a big trip planned next month. So we're just going to talk a little bit about that and then maybe just a few other things that have come up over the last while. She's actually dog sitting right now, and maybe we can talk about some of the journeys you're going through with that as well. So,
Sure.
um, so Jess, why don't we talk about what's coming up for you in terms of travel?
Sorry, I just had to grab the pup. She just
There's
makes
a
me
little
feel so
puppy.
good. There's the puppy. Here's Pepper.
So Pepper is, you told me, is a service dog, and
No.
no, someone you're planning to pass it over to someone.
Yes. So I volunteer with Paws Across Pittsburgh. It's a great nonprofit organization that helps rescue cats and dogs in the tri-state area. And then me as a foster, if the shelters are booked up or don't have space for these animals that they rescue, they rely on foster moms and dads to take the pets into their home to help domesticate them and get them ready for adoption. So that is what I am doing with this cutie right here. She's 2 months old and she's about 10 pounds right now, although I'm gonna fatten her up.
Hey Pepper, how are you?
Her name is actually Nautica in their system, but I've been
You
calling
go.
her Pepper.
There you go. So how is it? Have you taken the dog for a walk yet?
Oh yeah, I always ask for a harness for the pups that
Yeah.
I foster because that's easier for me to, manage them.
Yeah, I know, if people don't know, I know you still have a gait that you're working on and trying to improve on. So how have you found walking a dog? Like, has it been a challenge, or is it, if for those that don't have a dog, maybe considering it,
Yeah.
that have had a stroke, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think, it's always a challenge, especially with her because she's a puppy. And so puppies come with a whole different set of issues. Potty training, walking on a leash. And she's not fully vaccinated yet, so we've just been sticking around our yard and little like square sidewalk. So
Yeah, that's
because
good. I
she
know, yeah, I know babysitting my brother's dog was kind of a challenge because he had two of them, and one liked to run, one was a runner, and one was a kind of a waddler. One
oh
was fatter than the other. So it was trying to
no.
control them. And, for those that are trying to think of getting a pet or have one already, walking and using the dog as a way of exercising was great. But
Hmm.
again, you just got to be careful because you have to control the dog. And if it gets out of hand, obviously you could run for miles and
Oh
your
yeah.
gait and your body is not ready to do stuff like that. But
No.
good on you for taking on a challenge, and good on you. I think in Toronto where we are, we mostly have shelters. I've never been aware of people taking a dog, like you're basically a dog, placeholder for now until
Hmm.
family adopts the dog. So
Oh yeah.
good on you. And
Thanks.
if those are looking to do that, maybe that's something. It's a good way to practice, I guess, for you, right? In case.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm hoping for
It's,
a foster fail at some point.
yeah, and then you and Jason will have to have that long talk about babysitting and keeping the
Yeah,
dog. So yeah,
for
that's good.
sure.
Good. Good for
Oh
you.
yeah.
But yeah, so you're a big trip coming up next month. Maybe you want to talk about the trip.
I am so excited. Yes. So next month on September 17th, my mom and I fly out to Naples, Italy, and then we meet a group of stroke survivors in Athens, Greece. And we'll be gone for 10 days total. So 5 days in Naples and 5 days in Greece. And I'm very excited. My mom has some extended family in Italy that we're going to try and meet. but I'm
Yeah.
pumped to do eating and drinking and explore all the cafes that I can. And
And they go ahead.
I know that there's, you know, some I know that the sidewalks aren't pristine over there, and so I thought about bringing my cane, which I think I'm going to do just to be safe. I think bringing my cane will help not only me and my balance and gait, but it'll also make other people aware, you know, that I may struggle or be a little slower than the locals, and so they can avoid me.
Yeah, what do you know about? I know one of the people that has helped set this up, Maddie. And what do you know about the sort of, the dynamics of the trip itself? Like, what are you fully aware of as a stroke survivor? Because everyone else is stroke survivors as well, with
Mhm,
a caregiver generally being part of the package.
mhm.
So, has it been set up so that it accommodates your disabilities, or what do you understand about the trip itself?
I know there's going to be a lot of walking. I think it's just, you know, we're going to have a lot of support, which is great. And there's a number of different tours, and there is a boat ride. So that I'm a little nervous about, having to get on a boat and off a boat.
Okay. And in terms of when you and your mom decided to go, was it a long conversation, or is this thing that, knowing Jess the way I know Jess, was
Hmm.
it one that you just say, "I'm going, mom. You're either coming with me or you're not"?
Yeah, more that.
Yeah. So, and
And she's an
obviously,
adventurer, so she wanted to come.
yeah, I'm sure your mother did, and that was great. But yeah, I mean, it's probably been a while since you and your mom have been on a trip together. Is that correct?
We travel every April to New York City for the stroke summit that Maddie hosts. So April was the last time we traveled together, but this will
Yeah.
be the longest trip that we're
Yeah.
taking together and farthest.
Uh, from your place to New York, I don't really call that a trip. It's more like a road trip. Even though it is a
We
bit
don't
far.
drive. Yeah, we
Yeah, but
don't
I mean
drive there.
I know you do. You fly, but the flight's only less than an hour. But
No,
you're
it's
gonna
not.
have to. How long is it?
It's a little over an hour, like an hour and 15 or an hour and a half, depending on the wind.
Well, I'm talking about, like, you're gonna be traveling 7 hours, I think, to Italy.
Yes.
So that's gonna be one of those things that you haven't done.
Right.
And one of these things that are going to be, it's a challenge for all stroke survivors. Whenever you're traveling, I mean, I'm not downplaying the trip to New York. Still getting into an airport, getting off the plane, getting on the plane, they still all become issues if
Oh
your
yeah.
disability is still going
Hmm.
through things. I know we talked about the sunflower lanyard. You had mentioned you do have one, so
Hmm.
maybe you can explain the sunflower lanyard for those that don't know what that is.
Yeah. So the sunflower lanyard is a symbol for people with invisible disabilities. It lets others know that are familiar with it. It lets others know that those wearing the lanyard may need a little extra assistance or extra time going through the airport or going through wherever they are.
Good. Yeah, I've heard about it. I actually heard about it through my support groups here in Toronto. People have been talking about it. And in Toronto, the people who have flown have found it one of the greatest things to help people with disabilities, because people at the airport recognize it and kind of
Hmm.
fast track you through different avenues, so that you don't have to stand for
Yep.
hours on end if you have that kind of disability that doesn't allow you to do that. Obviously, if you have a cane or a wheelchair,
Hmm.
they help you get on the plane sooner than later. So yeah, good.
Yes.
And I know we had talked about this before. We're still not sure how the European market handles the sunflower lanyard. We're going to hope it works out, but I
Yeah.
guess you'll come back and report back
I will.
on our future podcast. Sorry,
Mhm.
about how your trip went and everything else. And what are you looking forward to? Obviously, when you get out there, like, what is the big thing you're looking forward to in this trip to both Italy and Greece?
Being with others that understand what I'm going through, but also the food and wine.
Yeah, I guess it's one of the things that doesn't really fall short, even though, we've suffered
Yeah.
disability. We still get hungry. We still go through, and obviously you're going to see the sights, which are going to be
Oh,
spectacular.
yes.
I've been in Naples, so I know what Naples is like. I was there for a day, and it's a beautiful
Oh,
city.
good.
Yeah, you'll love it. And whatever else you guys do, trip with your mom and everything else, well deserved, and probably something that's going to help you, I guess, relax. You've been through a lot as it is. Maybe just a quick update. Last time we talked about Jamoya Moya, and you had actually gone through a second procedure probably
Mhm.
about a month and a half ago, right? So how's that come along?
So I did have a follow-up revascularization on my left side brain. So I do have moya moya, which is what caused my stroke, as you know. What it is it restricts the main arteries to the brain that provide blood flow and oxygen, unfortunately. And mine had progressed. And on January 1st of 2023, I had my main event, my stroke, a hemorrhagic stroke on my right side, affecting my left side. So my left arm and hand are still not functional yet, but I did regain my ability to walk, thank God. And I was affected cognitively. Some of my communications affected, as you could probably hear sometimes. But in order to treat moya moya, your neurosurgeon will do a cranial bypass, a double cranial bypass, where they essentially build a bridge over the affected area that will help improve blood flow. I had one on my right side and one on my left side in 2023, indirect bypasses. And unfortunately, due to the progressive nature of moya moya, it progressed or continued to progress in
Yeah,
my brain, more so on the left side and affecting my right side. Now, thankfully, I noticed the issues occurring late last year and talked with my neurosurgeon, who then, confirmed that he needed to treat my left side because the moya moya was progressing, unfortunately, and my bypasses were not effective.
right.
So on May 20th, he went in and conducted a direct bypass, connecting the vessels together to create an even flow of blood to the left side brain. That surgery went extremely well. I was in the hospital for about 3 or 4 days and then did the rest of my recovery from home. My scar, I don't know if you can see. No, that's my main
Oh,
part, but my scar is very minimal, which is amazing. He saved all of my hair. Thank you, Dr. Lang.
yeah, there you
And
go.
now we're just, keeping track of how the blood flow is going. I'll have an angiogram in November to follow up and see how everything's working out. But so far, so good. Knock on wood.
So let me ask you too, in terms of travel, because this is going to be a very long flight. You're, up in the air for 7+ hours.
Yes.
What was the process? Did you have to go through any processes to get approvals to travel, since you have just recently, had to get things tweaked inside the head? And did you really need approvals to go fly? What was the recommendations? What was the concern by your neurosurgeon?
Yeah, I didn't need any special circumstances or any special approvals to fly. All I did was ask my neurosurgeon, would it be safe for me to fly? And they confirmed yes. Now that the blood is flowing properly to my brain, which controls my whole body, um,
Yeah,
they just said, pay attention to your body. If something doesn't feel right, tell someone. Tell the flight attendant, whomever, and make sure you have a buddy that knows what's going on too, so they can pay attention to what, what my body was doing.
So what are your thoughts in terms of this whole flight thing? Like, are you walking on eggshells, or are you pretty much put that behind you and you're just gonna take this as it comes and just fly out?
Yeah. Before my stroke, I loved to travel, and I still love to
Right.
travel. And that was one thing I wanted to get back to post stroke, and that was a goal for me. So a year after my stroke in 2024, Jason and I and a number of friends went to St. Martin in the Caribbean together for an entire week, and it was amazing. There was nothing that was going to stop me. I cleared it with my doctors, to make sure that
Yep.
initially it should be fine. And they said it was. And I refuse to let, the stroke stop me from doing what I love and what I wanted to do. So I traveled, flew to St. Martin. Everything was fine. I felt amazing. The sun was just what the doctor ordered. Not really, but it's what I needed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I've heard that from others. I know part of the reason we're talking about flight today, obviously travel today because you are. But I've heard from other people, yeah, it is certain things that come up and you need to travel just to relax,
Oh yeah.
kind of get away from your home base. So
Hmm.
suggestively, I think both Jess and I are on the same page that if you get to travel, do it. If you get the approvals, obviously it's not just something, hey, just pick up a phone or get online and book a trip with Expedia. There's a lot more to it than that. It can get complex. I know my first flight, I had to go for work, and I think if I'm correct, it was to Florida, and I was nervous for part of it. Part of it too, when you go into the states, a lot of the walking. My gait was still, a year after my stroke, my gait wasn't good. So my big fear is I always wanted direct flight because then I didn't have to go running around. But there were
Yeah.
flights afterwards where I had to be in a situation or a gate that was on the other side of the airport within a half an hour to an hour, and that freaked me out because I don't walk fast and like I used to. So trying to get there. So yeah, you got to make sure. I think part of the travel is making arrangements if you can. And secondly, try to set up a time if you're going to have to do connector in the US, especially. It's very connector
Oh
oriented
yeah.
as opposed to Toronto, and try to find that piece. Are you going to get assistance at the airport in Pittsburgh
A
with
hundred
boarding and
percent.
everything? Good.
Yes.
And how did you manage? What did you have to do to do all that?
While booking my ticket, they have the option. I think I know I booked with American Airlines. So, and I don't know, I assume other airlines have the option to select wheelchair assistance to and fro gate. Because we have a connection, I requested the wheelchair assistance. In the event that my flight's delayed, I don't want to have to rush or run because I cannot run fast to to the gate.
Next gate. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good. So you did it through American Airlines on their
Mhm.
website. Okay, good.
Yes.
So for people that are booking, I'm not sure the Expedia. I don't remember seeing those kind of questions pop up, but again, I wasn't looking for it. I kind of
Yeah.
avoided it. But make sure you do check. I mean, that's just word of advice. Check
Mhm.
if you book directly with an airline, it's obvious. Like I know Air Canada has it all, and you
Mhm.
you set up the travel free, and
Yes.
make sure you give yourself enough time to obviously book your trip and make sure you can get all these functionalities put into place before you travel.
Oh yeah.
And the
And
whole
sorry. And I know you can request the wheelchair support at the gate when you go to check into your flight too. So if you forget about it when you're booking your ticket, don't worry. A TSA agent will help you.
yeah,
Especially
and
if
they
you
take
have your lanyard.
yeah, and they take you right up the ramp, right into the front door of the
Oh yeah.
airplane. Actually, I've seen people do that as well, where they get wheeled in, and you get to go on the plane first before other
It's like
people. So
VIP.
yeah, absolutely. And then with the travel. How is it coming back? Or, obviously you're going to take American Airlines back. Do you have that all set up in Greece?
Oh, oh yes.
Good. Okay. And it wasn't a major issue. I mean, you're probably the first person I'm going to be talking to after the fact who's used international travel, and obviously, would love to hear what your experience has been like. Recommendations, to people that get the luxury of going out to Europe or Asia, and how their
Yeah.
things are. Be happy, people, if you want to comment on in the bottom of our page, great. We'll put the link to the Sunflower Lanyard on the link afterwards as well.
Mhm.
So if you click on it, you can sign up. You signed up for it, right? It's free, and you sign up online. Is that how it works?
What, the
The sun,
lanyard?
yeah, the
No,
Sunflower. How'd you get yours?
I ordered it on Amazon.
Oh, did you?
Mhm.
So you did? Oh, you bought yours.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't know there was a free option.
I don't know if there is or isn't, because I've heard about it, and I think there is, where you can go in, and I've heard you can actually potentially. I think in Canada you can go to the kiosk information. I think you can sign up there as well. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had no idea.
yeah, so just keep that in mind, people, when you're doing travels, do the research. And well, I know there is a Sunflower Lanyard web page, so that'll give you all the details of how to get.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
have to
yeah, look at that and have things that. What's gonna, besides the travel, the dog, what else has been going on in life with you?
Oh, I totally forgot to tell you, and I don't think I sent you a picture of it either. I got a tattoo on
Oh
my
boy,
arm.
a big one.
It's not huge, it's just my forearm.
Yeah, oh, still big. It's not like one of these little hearts or something. It's actually.
No.
So what? Why the tattoo?
It is, I don't know if you can see, I can't move my arm
Okay,
to,
that's okay.
but it is a Japanese style tattoo. It's a bonsai tree that turns into a dragon's head, and with the Moya Moya butterfly symbol in the middle. That's the blue butterfly.
And did you design it yourself, or did you find it online, or?
Jason actually designed it.
And you getting the tattoo was, something you've always wanted, or where did
Oh
the
no. It
you
was,
just.
and it's on my affected arm, so I thought
Yeah.
that was cool. It was just, I wanted something. I have two other tattoos, and I wanted something that would pay homage to what I went through, and that I could, it like just a conversation starter, and just
Obviously.
spread awareness of Moya Moya and what's going on, and stroke awareness, those types of things. The
And you
more
picked
people that know, the better.
and you picked the left arm over the right arm for what reason?
Because my left arm is what was affected, or my left side was affected by this disease.
Yeah, so you wanted to really showcase
Hmm.
the weak side over the.
Yep.
So now you want people to talk about your arm, but not because it's kind of limp, because it's got
Yes.
a
Art.
hot tattoo on it.
Yes. Mhm.
And how long that process take?
It was 4 hours of sitting in a chair for the artist to complete. And it's not done yet. I have to go back on the 27th for some more fine detail.
Right. So just before your trip.
Yes.
Oh wow. Good. And that's gonna be the last of the tattoos, or are you looking at
Mhm.
others?
Oh, no, that's it. Yeah, I don't think I have anywhere else I want to put one. So,
Oh, that's good. Any update just in progress? Like I know you've been working very hard on,
yeah.
recovery. I know you still do therapy, whenever
Mhm.
you can. You're part of, I guess, some research with the University of Pittsburgh or Pittsburgh
Mhm.
Hospital, trying to
Yep.
continue to help them. So is there anything to report back now that, where you're at and how things are?
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing yet. I am doing outpatient rehab with NeuroAxis here in Pittsburgh. They are an amazing an organization and company that works specifically with TBI survivors
Oh, good.
on regaining physical, cognitive abilities back. And they also offer CBT, which I just signed up for, which is amazing, mental health therapy. And it is so important to take care of your mind post-stroke, post-traumatic event, because suffering in silence is not the way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for me, a couple of things. I just joined UHN, which is the biggest hospital organization. They own 4 hospitals here in Toronto.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
on a program called Patient Partnership, and what that is UHN is now taking the lead on trying to help future survivors, not only stroke in all different avenues. And what they want is patient input. So
Oh,
what they've
cool.
created a patient partnership, and a shout out to them. And I just went through
Yeah.
orientation yesterday regarding what we have to do and some of the rules and regulations we have to follow, because I do have to go to their hospital every now and then. So looking forward to that. I'm working on the second book, as Jess knows. I'm still waiting for her and Jason to be part of it. I'm still waiting to do their interview, so hopefully before they go
Yeah.
away. I have found through a lot of the connections of the people I've talked to right across globally. So I've got an individual from Australia to about 3 or 4 in Europe, to a bunch in the US, and then a whole bunch in Canada. And the storylines are generally the same, but what you're going through is what my book is all about, is the specifics of recovery, some of the things that you
Mhm.
went through as a family. And so, can't wait to put it out there in due time, and talk about things. If there's anyone that's interested, I'm still trying to fill one more space. I've had someone had to drop out. So if just contact me on my Instagram page, and we can talk further about your story and how it could be beneficial to other readers out there. But
Yeah.
before we wrap up, it's all part of what Jess and I've been going through. One of the things is we've had so much shared experience. We love sharing our stories with you. Today was, as I said, just a very casual talk about different things. To see Jess excited about going on a trip like me, getting on the plane, and it's sort of that independence. I'm going to bet, right, Jess?
Oh,
I mean, not
100%.
I mean, even though her mother's there, it's not even about that. It's just she can get and walk on the plane, and she's gonna walk around Greece and Italy, cause a lot of havoc with all the people out there, and do it on her own accord without having any strings. And
Hmm.
I understand that because I got to work. I went back to work very quickly, and did events while I had a stroke. A lot of people had no idea because, unlike Jess, I had a good recovery. The only thing I do is have a little bit of gait, and my arm is a little bit off. So, those are things that I hope that people. My advice is just continue to push forward. And I know Jess. I tell her that, and I've met Jess, as I said, a couple of years ago, and what I see today from the Jess I saw a couple of years ago, there's immense change because she keeps improving, and with that comes confidence, right, Jess? I mean, you
Oh,
just
yeah.
become strong.
1% every day.
Yeah, that's the rule. We talked yesterday in my support group, and one of the things is every day just try to be positive and just try to keep moving forward. Try
Oh,
not
yeah.
to look behind you. Try not to look behind. So,
No.
last words of advice, just before we sign off to these lovely folks that are listening to our podcast.
Yeah, it's always, the reality of having a stroke sucks. And what's important is your community and your networks that can help raise you up and lift you up in order for you to keep going. So keep marching forward and only look back to see how far you've come.
Good, good on you. Yeah, mine is just stay positive. I know having a stroke, and Justin and I can both attest to, it's not a positive experience at the beginning. But as you move forward, there are positive things that come out of it. And look at Jess, she's babysitting dogs, going on trips,
Yeah,
and
crazy.
she's been through hell and back. And I can attest to that as someone that's known Jess for about 5 years now, but so proud of the fact that she's now come to this point that she can walk dogs, she can babysit a dog with confidence, go away, to Europe with a lot of confidence. I mean, when she told me about it, how excited she was, right, Pepper?
Yeah.
So, for you guys, there's hope. Being if Jess and I can get through a lot of stuff, there's hope for everybody. So, on behalf of both Jess and I, thank you very much for listening to our podcast. We hope anything that you hear and see help you even a little 1% in your life as you try to recover day to day. We look forward to talking to you guys again. And any questions, anything you guys want to make comments on, put it on our page, and we'll be happy to answer them as best as we can. So until
Yes.
next time, we look forward to seeing you again. Take care.
Bye.